Master of Sass, codename Arcturus. Lloyd had decided to give up his golden power and give the others their elemental powers back, so they traveled to the Temple of Light. I can't do this alone anymore. As long as I have all this power, they'll never stop coming for me, Lloyd said as they entered. From here on out, we can't let anything separate us again, Zane said. He's right, Jay added. Absolutely, Cole agreed. Let's do this, Kai said as the boys took their positions. Lloyd struck the bell, and the ninja received their powers back. The elemental power. It's inside us, Zane realized as frost formed on his fingertips. Fire! Kai whooped, blasting flames into the air. Haha, anyone shocked to see me do this, huh? Jay said, manipulating the lightning to form a heart. No dirt off my shoulder, Cole joked, fooling around with his powers. Chill out, Zane said, sliding around on an ice ramp. Garmadon shook his head as he watched the boys play. Foolishness. This decision puts everyone in jeopardy, he declared. But it was your son's decision to make, Wu told him. The young take too many risks. They should listen to their fathers, Garmadon said. Without risks, they'll never know how far they'll truly go, Wu said sagely. Have faith, brother. We will catch Pythor and find Borg. Maybe then you'll rest easier. Garmadon frowned. As the protectors of this land, we don't have the luxury of taking a rest. Lloyd glanced over at Irene. He felt relieved that she was chatting with Nia and not looking around at the temple walls. It would be a little hard to explain her absence in this record of our history, he thought. They headed back and got to work. Zane, Pixel, Wu, and Garmadon stayed in Borg Tower to figure out the communications they'd intercepted and to try and find Cyrus Borg. Lloyd and Kai took a couple of vehicles and headed out to search in the field. Nia had gone on a double date with Jay and Cole at the movies to try and figure out her feelings regarding the two of them. Irene was trying to figure out how she'd connected with the ninja and how it worked. She was sitting in the corner as the others worked. Any update on the search? Garmadon asked. Our cameras haven't picked up any trace of Pythor or Borg, but the ninja are in the field where we don't have eyes, Wu reported. No sign of ninjroids in the toxic bogs, Lloyd said over the comms. Lloyd, while you're out there, do you have time to search the Glacier Barrens? Wu asked. Hey, I may not be able to move mountains anymore, but I can still cover ground. Over and out, Lloyd said, signing off. Garmadon looked over at a board with notes all over it. Project Arcturus, he read aloud. 2 days ago, Zane and Pixel intercepted a coded message, Wu explained. Something with a code name. Project Arcturus. I think I may have made a discovery, the postman called. As the senseis came over to see, he rearranged the letters in Project Arcturus. Carrot Cup Juster, he announced proudly. What's a juster? Wu asked. I don't know. Yet, the postman admitted. Keep looking. I don't think that's it, Wu encouraged. Why is he here again? Irene whispered to Zane. He shrugged. Arcturus. Long ago, didn't we face a serpentine general by that name? Garmadon recalled. Indeed we did, brother. They even named a celestial zodiac after him. We're not sure how they are related, Wu replied. The alarm went off. What in Ninjago's name is that? Garmadon demanded. It's an alarm, Irene sassed. Garmadon rolled his eyes. Our facial recognition software picked up someone, Pixel reported, pointing to the screen. There were a bunch of trucks and a clear image of one of the drivers. Cryptor, Wu said. My analysis can only presume they're using Borg to build something, Zane said. But what? Pixel wondered. Something not good, Irene guessed. We need to know where those trucks are headed. Find me the nearest ninja, Wu ordered. Zane tried to call Cole, Jay, and Nia, but Irene knew very well that they'd gone to the movie theater so that Nia could sort out her feelings regarding them. Their comms would be turned off. They're not picking up. Kai is the nearest in proximity, Zane said. And he should be able to get there quickly in the prototype X1, Pixel said. Good, but tell them not to engage. We can't let them know they're being followed, Wu said. Irene went outside to think. At the moment, there was nothing she could do to help, so she decided to take the time to figure out this new ability to connect with others. I've known them for a long time and I care about them all very much. Perhaps the connection is on an emotional level. Could it ever break? What would happen if I couldn't sense them? She mumbled to herself. And why haven't I felt that kind of connection with my own family? Could it somehow be tied to the fact that my friends are elemental masters? She closed her eyes, taking a deep breath and trying to sense her brother Mark. It was very faint, and she had to concentrate hard, but she could sense him. She could feel that he was happy. So it's based on emotion, specifically affection and love? But why is my connection to the other ninja stronger than my connection to Mark? Is it because Mark has no elemental power? I have to ask Wu and Garmadon about this when we've defeated the Overlord. She went back inside. Lloyd ran up and followed her in. Hey, Irie, he greeted. Hey, little brother, she said. As they rode up the elevator, Lloyd asked, Are you okay? You seem like you have a lot on your mind. This connection thing I have with you guys. I was trying to figure out exactly how it works. There's a couple things I want to ask Sensei about when this is all over. Irene replied. First we stop the Overlord, then we figure out what's going on with you, Lloyd said. He put a hand on her shoulder. You don't have to do this alone. They walked into the office just in time to hear that the Overlord was back and that he had Kai. What? Irene cried, shaken. Kai's in trouble. Irene, can you use this new ability of yours to sense if Kai is okay? Zane asked. I can try, Irene replied, shutting her eyes and taking a deep breath. She reached for that connection. Kai is mostly unharmed. He's in a tight spot, but he's not injured, she said. Nia, Cole, and Jay walked in. Nia had a small robot trailing behind her as she held its hand. We got here as fast as we could, Nia said. But my name is Robo Usher 3000, the robot protested. Nia sighed and let it go. The Overlord is back, and he has Kai, Zane revealed. The Overlord? Jay, Cole, and Nia repeated. We know they plan to launch Project Arcturus tonight, but we need to figure out what it is in order to save him, Wu said. He started pacing. Think. The answer must be right in front of us, he muttered to himself. The Overlord's dire wish is to become the Golden Master. Maybe that has something to do with it, Lloyd suggested. Good, Lloyd, but what sense does all of this make? What is Project Arcturus? Wu asked. I've run every combination of these clues through my database to see how they're connected, but there is no correlation, Pixel said. Maybe there's a reason why it's not in your database, Zane mused. But everything in Ninjago history has been recorded inside me, Pixel said. Not everything, Zane told her. He turned to Jay and Cole. Do you remember when we followed Garmadon back in time? We did? Lloyd said, confused. Irene squirmed, remembering that she had somehow gotten separated and would have been stranded in the past if the guys hadn't destroyed the mega weapon. You don't remember, Lloyd, because when we returned to the present, it had been altered by what we had done in the past, Zane said. I remember because I was there. You used the golden weapons to destroy my mega weapon, Garmadon recalled. But when they collided, they were shot into space, Wu finished. Since Lloyd gave away his power, the Overlord's going after the only thing that can turn him into the Golden Master. The golden weapons, Nia realized. Quick, where do the Serpentines study the stars? Garmadon asked. The ancient city of Ouroboros, Zane answered. We must go there at once, Garmadon declared. How do you know Nindroids will be there? Wu asked. Faith, his brother replied. As they arrived at Ouroboros, Irene saw that it was empty. I don't see anyone, she said. I don't get it. Where are they? Cole wondered. He said they would be here, Lloyd said. Well, your dad was wrong. We should have never listened to him, Jay said. The ground began to rumble. I sense you are mistaken, Zane said as the ground began to open up beneath them. Everyone, run, Cole cried, but it was too late. They fell into a launch site with a rocket. Jay squinted at the letters on the side of the rocket. Arcturus? He read. It's Kai! We need to save him! Lloyd shouted, pointing to a figure in red tied to the base of the rocket. No, we need that launch key to stop the launch command, Zane said, pointing to the control booth. Irene could see Pythor at the controls. If the Overlord gets the golden weapons, he'll be too powerful. Stop them, Pythor commanded, and the Nindroids broke the platform they were on, making everyone but Lloyd and Irene fall. As the two of them raced into the control booth, Pythor shouted, "Attack!" Lloyd was hit by Cyrus Borg, upgraded with the Overlord's tech. Irene faced Pythor. I promised once I'd turn you into a pair of snakeskin boots. Time to make good on that promise, she declared. She charged at Pythor, but he ducked her punch and wrapped his tail around her. You're just a little girl. You can't stop this, he chuckled. Irene struggled to free herself. I'm a ninja, and I won't stop trying. Lloyd was still struggling with Cyrus. Everyone, we need your help, Lloyd cried to the other ninja. Oh, little Lloyd, needing help. Shouldn't have given up all that power, Pythor said, turning the key. T-30. He glanced over at Irene, still trying to get out of his grip. Almost forgot. Pythor threw her through the observation window of the control booth, and she fell. Cole caught her in his arms. Cyrus held Lloyd over the edge and dropped him. The other ninja caught him before he hit the ground. I need to get back up there, Lloyd said. Forget them. We need to get out of here, Cole told him. But what about the golden weapons? Lloyd pointed out. There's more pressing problems, like an entire rocket ship pressing on us, Jay cried. We need to do everything in our power to make sure they don't reach those weapons, Lloyd declared. Irene grinned as she looked at the rocket. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? You nuts! Ninja don't belong in space, Cole exclaimed. I'm with Cole. This is even beyond me, Jay agreed. We have to try. You said nothing was ever going to separate us again. Well, I'm going. Are you with me or not? Lloyd said. I'm with you, little brother, Irene decided. I'm with you too, Jay agreed. And me, Kai added. And I am as well, Zane said. Fine, we're all going, Cole said. They quickly climbed into a storage compartment just before the rocket took off. We're going to space,